Press the button.
Okay, I think we're live.
Are we live?
Okay.
Because we're live.
We're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Native Wellness Power Hour. We're running around here trying to get everybody on. So happy holidays, everyone. Today is December 24th. And this is our 235th Power Hour is today. That's pretty awesome. We are in week 40. And my name is Jolene Joseph. I'm the Executive Director of the Native Wellness Institute. I am a Aani from Fort Belknap, Montana, and coming live to you today from Oregon. And I have my Bigfoot Christmas sweater on with the lights, and I have my Bigfoot tree in the background, and I'm joined by several of our board members of the Native Wellness Institute. We're super happy to be here, and while we're waiting for some folks to join, just a few announcements. We have several of our Power Hour shirts on sale at nativewellness.com on our website. And the Power Hours can also be found on the Native Wellness Institute's Facebook page, and they can also be found on our YouTube channel. So if you're running out of things to watch on Netflix, you can binge out on our Power Hours during your holiday break. So I'm gonna pass it over to our guests today to introduce themselves. We have let's go with the man with the red hat on.
Oh, ho, ho. It's good to be here. So I'll take this off because just in case you might not have recognized me, I was like in costume. And so my name is Gene Tagaban. My Tlingit name is Kayal. I'm of the Duck-Danton Raven Freshwater Sockeye clan from Hoona, Alaska. Child of a Wishkatan Eagle Shark clan from Ahwan in Juneau, Alaska. It's good to be here with all of you. Hey, thank you for joining us, in this time of this power hour. And so we're just here to just share, have a little bit of fun, and so awesome. Gonna cheese, ho, ho, ho. I'll zoom it over there to Lavina.
Ahislatla, Chestwa Hinendakin. Good afternoon, everybody. And I want to just wish you all a very Merry Christmas on Christmas Eve. It's so exciting to be here with everybody and just, we got to make the best of it this year and do what we can to make it the best Christmas. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm coming live from our house in Toledo, Washington. Woohoo!
Awesome. Thanks, Lavina. And Rob, are you ready? Are you going to join us or what? Okay, Robert must be having technical difficulties. So we'll wait for Robert. So the Native Wellness Institute, we're a national nonprofit organization. We like to say that we're a social profit organization, and we exist because of the lasting impacts of historical and intergenerational trauma. And just as importantly, we exist because of historical and intergenerational wisdom. There's Rob. And we provide training and technical assistance to tribes and organizations across the nation. And way back in March, we had our last training. We traveled back on March 12th. We had a staff meeting on Friday the 13th. We had a board meeting that following Monday. And by that next Saturday, we started our Native Wellness Power Hours because we knew that an already traumatized people would be re-traumatized in this pandemic. And we wanted to offer our contribution in the pandemic. So we decided to do these power hours where people could focus on their wellness and healing while they're quarantined and while they're at home, just to provide some uplifting messaging. So we started out going 7 days a week, and then we moved to 5 days a week because we didn't know how long we would be doing this, because we've never been in a pandemic before. And so today we're just going to be reminiscing about some of our holiday memories and what we're planning to do over the holiday season. So thank you for tuning in and joining us. And Rob, I see you on the beach there with your awesome sweater on. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, this is your first pandemic? Rookies. Well, do you guys even recognize what this beach is?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
Yeah, it's where we would have been, right? But I realized too, it's probably where we're never going to be again, not because of pandemic, just because we found better locations.
Mhm.
But this represents our gathering. This represents us. Our December is a good year for us to get together, for us to celebrate. And so that's why we're here. Welcome. My name is Robert Johnstone. I'm a member of the Native Wellness Institute. And man, just look at our Christmas spirit here. Hope to hear some songs from Jean and some dances from Lavina and some caroling from Jolene.
Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for joining. We may have a couple of other people joining us through the hour, so we shall see if they jump on or not. So today, also, I want to give a birthday shout out to Will. They're all having breakfast right now. It's his birthday, so happy birthday, Will. The breakfast smells super good. So we actually, what I'm looking at right now on our kitchen counter is a great big deer hind quarter. The bone is still in, and Shadron's gonna grill it and smoke it all day, and we're gonna have it for our dinner tonight for Will's birthday. So that's gonna be part of our celebrations. Isn't just about Christmas, but we have birthdays from like the 20th to the 30th. And so we're usually we're in party mode for like 2 weeks. That's what the holidays really mean to me. But I'm just gonna ask you guys, what are some of your holiday traditions maybe that you practice now or that you did when you were little? Lavina, do you want to go first?
Okay, so normally, well, first of all, I want to say, so my earrings are brought to you by Bobby White, and my shirt is Marceline Madera, and so I told her that I would wear her shirt at my next power hour. So here you go, here it is. And then I have my Christmas tie. That's brought to you by Walmart. So there you go. So I would say for us as a family, like I'm kind of like the party person. And so for a lot of years, like with our kids, or as they were older, like everybody would come to our house. And when I was in the Healthy Native Communities Fellowship, I learned how to do Eskimo Bingo. And so Eskimo Bingo is like, and we have lots of grandkids, and so we would have everybody on the floor in a big circle. I'd hand out dice to everybody, and we had all these presents in the middle. And so the way you play Eskimo Bingo is you put all the presents in the middle, and then you roll dice. And every time you roll doubles, you get to run and grab a present. And then when all the presents are gone, because you're playing music, when all the presents are gone, then you get to steal people's presents. And so then everybody's like sweating and stealing presents and pushing people. Oh, it's like the funnest game ever, especially when you have a bunch of boys that play football. And so we started a tradition as our kids got older of doing Eskimo Bingo, and then we would do White Elephant, and we would do that. And I think the coolest White Elephant that we had was my mom. She did her present, and it was a big box. And so my niece Mariah picked it. And so she opened the big box, and then she opened another box, and then she opened another box, and then another box, and then another. I mean, she must have opened like 15 presents. And then at the very, very last present, it was $100 bill. And it was like, it was so cool. But then she didn't get to keep it because it's white elephant, so it got stolen the max 3 times. And I think my nephew Layton ended up with that $100. But like it was just a really fun Christmas. And I'm like, I love white elephant, I love Eskimo Bingo. That's what I love the most about Christmas, is just everybody being there, everybody coming together, and just sharing that time and having fun and eating. Like, we always have different kind of food on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day, like we just have our big dinner. And but yeah, so it was really cool. But I also, like, one thing I remember when I was little is when we would, on Christmas Eve, we would go to church. And when we would come back on Christmas Day or after church, like our tree would be empty, but by the time we would get back from church, man, there was this massive presents under the Christmas tree. Like, it was insane how many presents. And so that was like the most awesome thing. And my mom and dad, they told us, as when we kind of got older, that they didn't have much growing up. And so they went over and above and beyond, like, for us. And I don't know, that's always been like really awesome memories for me. So those are my cool memories.
Nice. Thank you, Lavina. Rob, how about you? What were some of your family traditions around the holidays?
Our family, we gather around, we spend time together, just, do the regular things. He never really had any type of major tradition. I know during, like, when I was younger, we would go to my grandmother's house and on my father's side. And then after she passed, we started going to just staying with my mom. But it changes here or there. And I think it's kind of like the family dynamic, right? How it always shifts. And so we never really had any major tradition other than ham.
Nice.
But speaking of white elephant, a lot of people don't know this, but that was the game that the settlers played with when they arrived with the native people. And we ended up with shoes and they ended up with the land. But it was a cool game.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, Rob. Oh. Well, Jean, how about what are some of your holiday traditions in your family?
Well, this is awesome just to be able to talk about some of these things. I mean, just like some of these good memories that we have. Well, growing up, is up there in Juneau, Alaska. One of the things, we always had snow when I was growing up. We don't necessarily have it now, but it was always cool because we always had snow. And the holiday, one of the memorable times is my mom really got into putting the tree together. And my mom was like, just always put together this beautiful tree, and we'd add to it, and an ornament here and there, but mostly my brother and I would just get into like tinsel fights and just throwing tinsel at each other and stuff like that, and get that all over the place. But it was a tree my mom always put together, and she always wanted to do that, and so I remember those times, and always about the dinner, the food, and it's just what a joy, what a privilege that we had to, and that we had the food just to be able to share and with each other, and family would come over, and everyone would just sit around and just eat and gorge, and then take a nap and then go home. And all the kids would be playing outside in the snow and those things too. And so those are some of the traditions and the memories that I remember growing up. And I just gotta share this one memory though. But every Christmas, my brother, this is like, I don't know if it's a good memory or what, but it's a memory that I couldn't open my presents right away because he would get so excited, and he always got nosebleeds. His nose would start bleeding, and my mom was trying to put his nose, stop the bleeding on his nose. And I'm just like, man, I'm like just going, oh, come on. He does this every year. It's like, I just want to open just one present. Say, nope, you got to wait till your brother gets over here. Oh, come on. It's like, here, just put a rag on it. Like, put it, since I'll hold it for him. Like, let's come on, But every year he just gets so excited that his nose will start bleeding. And it just wasn't just for a short time. It's like, take forever. I'm like, I'm going back to bed. Wake me up when his nose stops bleeding. So, but that's another memory that I always have too, is like my brother's nose would always start bleeding. It's like, I'm going, geez, come on, man. And anyways, yeah, but around the tree and the dinner time too. So
That's funny. That's a good one. Well, for me, family traditions around the holidays. I was talking earlier that today's Will's birthday, and the few days ago was my daughter-in-law's birthday, and then it's my son's birthday and my birthday next week, and we kind of celebrate my birthday on 2 days, the 30th and the 31st. So it's just kind of like a party time. But if here we are now in a pandemic, and so we're just having smaller parties. And I haven't had time to figure out what I'm going to do for my birthday yet. But so those are some of my our holiday traditions, is just like family and friends, coming to gather and eat and play games. Like we're a family that likes to play games. And so those are some of our traditions, is this eating and playing games and laughing and just being together. When I think about the holidays, really that's what it means for me, is just the families gathering and, laughing and just being together, and not so much about like the gifts. The gifts are a part of it. This year, what we did was, well, this is the first year that all my kids won't be together for the holidays. And so my son Traven, who it's his birthday next week too, he's in Washington, D.C. right now. And because of the pandemic and the risk of traveling and, all of that kind of stuff, he's not coming home. So we're going to Zoom with him. So we all drew names and to get one gift instead of getting gifts for everyone. So we're going to Zoom and open our gifts all together and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're going to play games, of course. And, and we're going to play games on Zoom too. So we're just like making the best of it and being creative and how we can still be together and, all of that kind of stuff. So, okay. So now what about thinking back to your childhood, and what is like, when you think about your favorite gift or the most meaningful, or the gift that like you most remember? Lavina, do you want to go first?
Okay. Well, I have this drawing that I did, and I usually have it in my background, but it has 7 hands on it, and it has the 4 colors I use are black, brown, red, and or well, actually somebody else go first, and then I'll just go get it because I have it here. So somebody else go.
Okay. Rob, do you want to go? Your favorite or most memorable or most meaningful gift as a child?
That's a tough question. I think Lavina needs to go before me. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm just trying to think about any particular gift or anything like that. And I just, I just what really grateful for is just the time spending with family. And I do remember one year, we all got laser tag. Remember laser tag?
I'm just showing real quick. Look at this is the deer hindquarter that's going on the grill.
Nice. Is it Blitzen or Comet?
It's Rudolph.
not Rudolph, man, not Rudolph. Anyone but Rudolph.
You'll know when it's done because it'll be a bright red glow.
Sheesh, the guy got bullied all the time, man, too. Sheesh.
Okay, go ahead, Rob.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Your favorite or most memorable gift as a child?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just being with family and getting all your toys and then getting to just play with everyone. Everyone check out each other's toys. But yeah.
Nice. How about you, Jean?
Well, my most favorite, memorable gift was when my brother's nose stopped bleeding, because it didn't matter what gift we opened up by then. I was just happy to open anything. And so it's like, but you know what? That's really interesting, you know, thinking about that stuff. I remember, yeah, sure, I remember stuff. We got bikes, you know, and skis. Those are some of the things that I really remember, and those things. But like Lavina, though, like something that I still have that I remember I got for Christmas as a gift was my first regalia. Here, and I got to turn this off here. Let me see here. First regalia. Boom. So, and this one was made by my great grandmother.
Nice.
You know, and so I remember getting this, you know, and it was like huge on me, and now it doesn't even fit. But I mean, it's like just one of these things that just one of these precious objects that I have, or possessions, you know, and I oftentimes I still carry this around with me because, you know, that the spirit of my grandmother and ancestors right here, you know, with me. And so, you know, sure, all those things that I received when I was younger, and I was so, you know, what a joy to actually even receive things. Because I remember my mother spoke about when she was young, and she grew up in Oklahoma, and they didn't have much.
Mm-hmm.
And each year she had a doll.
Mm.
She got a new handmade doll made out of corn husks, you know, and she really valued that doll, you know, and that was like, you know, and my mom always shared those memories and with us, when, you know, how valuable just that little corn husk doll that she got when for Christmas each year, you know. And so it's like, so it's one of those things, you know, I've received many things, toys and all that, but it's like things that really stick out are things that are still with me, that I have, you know, and the stories.
Nice. That's awesome.
Actually, Jolene, with Jean bringing that up, I do remember a gift that I still have that I got when I was a child, and it was my first pipe. But here's the bowl. It's an eagle claw holding up.
Wow. Nice. Wow, Rob.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
a gift from my father.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, Levine, I saw you running around.
I know. Okay, but I gotta read this. So Patrick Rowan said, "My brother hated canned peas, so I taped the can in a shoebox and gift wrapped it." So his little post just made me remember. So every year for Christmas, my dad would get me and my older sister Debbie spoons. And he would like put a leather like buckskin strap on them, or a gold chain, and they'd be all different sizes. But for I don't know how many years, my dad got us spoons to hold our lip up. And I was like, Dad, like, you know, or he would get us cleaning stuff, you know, that stupid like cleaning stuff. He would always get us something stupid, like every year. And so this one year, well, I don't think it's appropriate to say it on here, but I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it.
But I was shopping and I found this thing, and it was a little looking treadmill, like a little tiny treadmill looking thing, and it was a Nordic track. So I got that and wrapped it up for my dad. I thought it was funny. Anyway, so this is my gift. This is the gift that my sister made for me, and it's my drawing. And so it's beaded. Isn't it pretty?
Beautiful.
And then I think that another gift that was really dear to me was this coat. So it's a Pendleton coat. And my daughter got it for me, and Nate got it for me. Twy and Nate got it for me last year. And so I was like, oh my gosh, my kids are growing up. Like they're actually getting me gifts now. You know what I mean? Like I was like, holy, like this is an expensive gift. I thought that was really cool. But
Yeah.
when I went and grabbed my purse, look what I found. Whoa! I didn't even know I had it in there.
Nice. I love when that happens. Awesome. Well, when I think,
Oh, put it back in there. Leave it there. So that next year when you show it, you'll be surprised again. Hey, look what I found.
yeah. Well, the brother with the canned peas, that's funny. My sister loves olives and I don't like olives. She'd get like cans of olives, in her stocking or stuff like that. But one of my favorite, I was actually sharing this memory, a bunch of my friends, we had our little Zoom party last weekend and we were kind of sharing similar stories, but the story that I shared, I used to always be so excited to like get up and open presents. Like I couldn't sleep, or I'd get up like at 4 a.m. or something. And so this one year I got up at 4 to go to the bathroom. And when our Santa never wrapped gifts, like each kid just had a pile, a few little their gifts or whatever. So I walked by the tree to go to the bathroom and there was a saddle there. And so I was like so excited that we were getting a new saddle for Christmas. Anyway, so I go back to bed, then we get up to open our presents. And so we got a saddle. And anyway, then my dad, because we had horses and cows and stuff, and my dad told my brother to go feed them. And so he was crying around about it, because it was like snowing and cold and windy. And then so then my dad told me to go do it, then I'm crying around because I don't want to go do it. Anyway, it goes down the line. And so he finally said, he pretends like he's mad and he makes us all go do it. So we all had to go together to go do it. So we can walk down, across the field, down the hill to the barn. And then so we get to the barn and there's a horse there with a great big red bow on it. So we got a horse that went with the saddle. And so that's why my dad wanted us all to go to feed, the cows and horses. So that was one of my most memorable Christmases as a child. So that was awesome. We loved horses and riding and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of my most memorable ones.
Last year, went to Dillingham, Alaska. And it was a couple of weeks before Christmas, but before we left, they gifted us with a bunch of Alaskan salmon fillets. And it was amazing. So we had to find a way to bring them home. So we each did that and secured it. And so they would stay frozen. And we got here and then put it in my freezer. And I started thinking, man, this is a lot of salmon. I like salmon, but I don't eat this much salmon. So I thought, okay, I'll give it as gifts. And who would love salmon? Dosh, of course. Dosh Collins would love salmon. So I text him and say, hey, I got your gift. I might as well tell you what it is. I got you a salmon fillet. He's like, okay, cool. He goes, well, I got something for you too. I said, okay, cool. And so, we get busy around Christmas. And I said, hey, dude, I still got your salmon. He goes, all right, I'll swing by. All right. A couple of days go by. After Christmas, Tasha still got your salmon. Okay. Basically, his salmon is still in my fridge right now. And we only live he's only 10 miles away from me.
Oh, that's funny.
I've received more gifts from you in the past year. But Tosh, if you're watching, your salmon's in the fridge or in the freezer.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. So if you're tuning in the chat, let us know what is some of your favorite holiday traditions or holiday memories as a child. Go ahead and put them in the chat so we can check them out. Awesome.
What about our audience? Do we have a game for the people watching?
A game?
Yeah, Lavina, do you have a Pictionary game for first one who gets it gets a prize?
Yes, we have some awesome prizes.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm watching. I know there's a delay, right? A little bit of a delay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Delene,
I'll be watching the comments.
Delene, we don't have the ability to share screen. You're the host.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, she's pretending to be Scrooge this year.
All right. Okay. Are you guys ready? So I'm gonna do You're on Mute. So we're gonna play this game called You're on Mute. Okay. So. Okay. Okay. Ready? Did you? So do you
Well,
guys?
part of going on mute is you go on mute, Lavina.
I don't understand the game.
We're gonna play You're on Mute. You guys understand me?
So when you put up a number, that's how many words are in the thing that I'm trying to do.
Okay, so what we're looking for is a person who's watching to put in the comments, the first one to guess the correct. And they win. Oh, what were those again?
These are some 8th generation socks. This is what you'll
Wow.
win.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, this one might be really hard though, but some people who know me would get it. So should I do an easier one?
Yeah, start out with the easy one.
All right. Okay.
A traditional dancer. Oh, I'm not guessing. Our audience is guessing. Oh, someone got it. Someone got
Jingle
it.
dancer.
Nope, that's not it.
Traditional dancing. Ding, ding. Jingle dancer. Jingle dancing. Jingle dress dancing.
Oh, I
Fancy
know
shawl
what it
dancer.
is.
Jingle dancer. Fan dancer. Jingle dancer.
So let's give a clue.
Stationary dancer.
If you know Lavina, this is a clue. This is a clue. If you know Lavina, she developed this program. You can go on YouTube and watch it.
Warrior dance.
It helps people get in shape.
Powwow sweat. Aaron Angus. Powwow sweat. Aaron Angus.
Oh, Aaron, you win the 8th gen socks. Yay.
Good job, Aaron. Man, I was about ready to have a heart attack.
So Lavina, do a little infomercial. What is Powwow Sweat?
Okay, so Powwow Sweat is an exercise program that we developed through the Coeur d'Alene tribe. It was a CDC Reach grant. So we have a warm up, a cool down. We have men's fancy, jingle, crow hop, double beat. And so it's an exercise program. So if you go to Powwow Sweat on Facebook, or if you go to the Style Horse Collective on YouTube, you can have free exercise videos.
Awesome. Yay. Erin says she recognized those moves, so she must be a regular on Powwow Sweat. Awesome.
Good job, Erin. That was awesome. She must.
Okay. All right, so let's have one sharing, and then we'll do some more games. What is one of the most meaningful gifts that you've ever given? Meaningful or funny or whatever. Rob, you go first.
The gift of friendship. Well, you know what was cool? It was a gift to you and Will. And because it was a surprise gift. And
Oh,
it's when Will was going through his treatment for his cancer. And so I told you guys I was coming up for the holidays. And I told you I was bringing one of my players along by the name of Joe. And and because you needed to know who exactly was coming, so you were setting up to play one of your games and one of your games that you do. You gotta, can you allow the share screen, or did you already do that?
well, to Lavina, hold on.
And so anyway, they didn't know that it was really our buddy Joel Day from Australia. And he's the one that said that, you know, he was going to come in. And so we devised this plan of how to be sneaky. Well, Joel was supposed to arrive during the day and his flight got delayed. So now we have to change it up. And meanwhile, Jalene's family's there and they're trying to get her to go to the casino and they're making all these plans. And I think a night at home would be nice. Just so they could be there for Joel's arrival. But yeah, I thought the way she was asking questions, and you know, Jolene, she has this little demeanor about her that, and I thought, oh, she already guessed it. She already figured it out, but we'll try it anyway. But yes, she was literally shocked and surprised when Joel Day came walking in through the door at 11 p.m. at night. I said, I want you to meet our player, Joe, one of my players. This is Joe. And, hey.
We were totally surprised. That was so awesome. And part of what like made it so awesome too. So like Joe Day and Will they're like brothers from another mother. They just have this awesome connection. And when Will was in the hospital, Will is a 2-time cancer survivor champion, I always say, but when he was beginning his treatments, he had to stay in the hospital for a month. And so while we were in there, it was like midnight one night and this nurse comes rushing in and she goes, did your phone ring? And we're like, no, because like after 10 p.m. they shut the phones off in your room. And then she goes running back out and then she races back in. She's like, did your phone ring? And we're like, no. She runs out and she races back. This time she has her personal cell phone. And she's like, the prime minister from Australia is calling you. Or like, and we started laughing because we knew exactly who it was. And it was Joe Day. So I don't know if it was his accent or what, but, or, you know, they said the prime minister, they're like, who are you people, you know? Anyway, so that was awesome. And then to have Joe come and the surprise was just like totally awesome. Oh, there's a picture of the party.
This is what the holiday parties look like at Jolene's. Murder mystery.
That's Joe Day with the hat on, with the white hat on next to Rob. Yeah, so we do these murder mystery parties. Well, I always try to do a different kind of party for my birthday. So one time we had an Iron Chef America, we had cooking teams, and then the last several years we've been doing these murder mysteries. And so it was super funny to have Joe Day come and wear this Christmas suit. And yeah, that was awesome, Rob. Lavina, how about you? What's the most memorable gift that you've given?
Well, in here, there's people. I'm going to read a couple. So Patrick Rowan said a beautiful turquoise ring in 1974 for his mom. And MWW Kinney said regalia for her daughter. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Charmaine, that's Charmaine. Yeah.
Charmaine. Oh, yeah. So for me, I think the best gift I ever gave was, there was a young woman in our community who was raising her nephews and her kids, and she was a single mom. And I mean, she was just like the most beautiful, like actually she didn't even at that point, well, she didn't even have kids. Like she was just raising her nephew and her niece. And you know, she worked at the casino. She was trying really hard to give them a good Christmas. And so I just like wrapped up like $300 in a card, and I asked somebody to give it to her, and like, so I didn't want her to know it was from me, you know. So I sent it to her somehow. I can't remember. It was a lot of money though, but somehow she knew. Like she was like, Lavina, I know you did that for me. And I'm like, how did you know? I was like, I didn't even, like, I did it as secretly as I could. And, you know, but I don't know. Those kids that she was raising, like Snoop, they're in our videos, you know, and they're just, you know, they were great kids. And so, you know, and I had to do that. I had to raise my nieces for a while, you know, when my grandma died. And so I know how hard that is, you know, when you take on extra kids.
Mhm.
And so yeah, so I felt really good about that. And it was, you know, like I always try to help out single moms as much as I
Yeah.
can, or
Awesome.
single dads.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. How about you, Jane?
Well, some of the most meaningful or unusual gifts. Part of it too is like uh, when Ruby and I first met, and my first Christmas gift to her was I'm terrible at giving gifts, to be honest with you. I'm terrible, you know. And I just asked Ruby because I gave her. She was always cold. Her hands were always cold, and so her feet were always cold and stuff. So I gave her like these hand warmer things, you know, like you put in your gloves, you put in your shoes and feet. I gave her some gloves and some, you know, some warm socks and all this stuff about to keep her warm. And she's just shaking her head. And I didn't know till like years later, she's like going, you know what, you gave me those gifts, and those are like the most awful gifts that and the thing is she still has them too, man. She busts them out, she shows me these things. I still have these hand warmers that you gave me. I said, well, use them then. Use them. Anyways, but and then when I was younger, or not younger, when my nephew and nieces were younger too, um, instead of buying them things, you know, going to the store or this and that, I started in my travels, you know, once upon a time ago when we used to travel, you know, and I would collect sticks from certain areas or rocks from certain areas. And instead of giving them like these toys and stuff, I just wrap up these here, wrap it up in like, paper bags so I could draw on the pictures on the outside. But I give them rocks and sticks from where I was at in my travels and things like that, you know. And I found out years later that of all the things that they received from Christmas, that years later that they still had those rocks and sticks. You know, they didn't have the toys or anything else that they got from, but they still had these rocks and sticks that I gave them as a kid. Yeah. But I want to share this real quick story.
Sure.
One of the most meaningful, and this is like a life changing experience I had during Christmas, when I was going to school at Haskell, and I wasn't going to be able to make it to home for Christmas. And so a friend of mine says, well, you want to come out and hang out with me? I'm going to be hanging out with a friend. I said, yeah, I'll go there. And so when we went to, was the hospital, and it was the cancer ward for children. And so it was during that time, hung out with a friend of hers, and his son was in the cancer ward during Christmas with all these other parents, and his son had leukemia. And I just stayed up. We just during Christmas stayed up there, you know, and just, you know, went around, said Merry Christmas. There wasn't anything, you know, nobody was singing any Christmas carols or anything. You know, it was just parents up there on Christmas with their children who were battling cancer, you know. And so that was like a really life changing experience that I had on a Christmas, you know. It was during that time, you know. And so yeah, just wanted to share that, that little moment, that little story.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you, Jean. And I think that really gets to like, you know, what these times are all about, right? Regardless of your religious belief system or whatever, you know, this is like a holy time, you know, whether it's the winter solstice that you celebrate, or whether it's Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or all of the holidays, right? It's like this holy time where we get to be our best selves, you know, we get to show compassion and just that, all of that family time. Well, one of my
Wait. I got to show this. I got a text on here from a chat from Ruby. She says the feather that I gave her, and so I just to let Ruby, I remember that feather, just to let you know. I haven't forgotten about that feather. I remember that feather.
not just the hand warmers. Nice. Well, one of I like to bead, and so I like to bead things for people, and like my kids, like if I want my kids to have something that that I've beaded. So I tried to, different years do different gifts, or to different family members, even if it's just like a little beaded, ornament for their tree or something like that. I think those are some of my most meaningful ones. But also now that my kids are older, we'll adopt a family. So like this year, the family and the shop, I got to finish the shopping today and just a little bit of stuff, but we adopted this family. They're actually living in a motel. There's like 7 kids and 2 parents, and the dad is working, and just, different series of events happened, and they've been in a motel since like August. And so we adopted them, like all of my kids and my parents and my brother, like we all pitched in, and we're getting them stuff. So that feels really good to do something for others. And what I have found, like over the years, is if I'm feeling sad or down or whatever, like the instant I like start doing something for somebody else, like literally it's almost like in the instant I just feel better, so it feels like super good just to like help someone else out, and every day this week we've been giving away different little things. There's this little local Facebook page, and we've been giving away little gifts every day. Like today we're delivering some deer meat and elk meat and deer bone broth that I made, and just so that feels really good too. Just like it really is about the spirit of giving, and it's not just this season, that I practice generosity. It's like really throughout the year, and that's what I wish, like everyone is so generous during this time of the year, or like even during the Thanksgiving time. But I hope that through this pandemic and everything, that generosity just continues, right? Because it makes people feel good to be on the giving side or the receiving side. So awesome. Okay, how about another game? And we have another pair of 8th generation socks. These ones are designed and made by Bethany Yellowtail. So go ahead, Lavina.
All right. So we'll do the screen share. And we'll draw. Do you want to draw, Robert, or do you want me to draw?
Let's see. You can give me the clue and I'll draw it.
And then the participants have to guess, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Participants guess.
Okay, so Z is asking who won last time. Aaron Angus won the socks last time.
All right, I'm just gonna go because
Okay, go for it.
if I give you a clue, that gives everybody a clue.
There's a thing called chat.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, I know this too. No, I'm kidding. All right, everyone, start guessing.
So you can guess in the chat.
I wonder if there's anyone watching at home yelling it out loud.
So this is the Pictionary game. If you guess in the chat, and if you guess it right, we have someone guess Marge Simpson, a snow woman,
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons,
Shoveling snow. Oh.
Bozo, Harry Potter, a rock star.
Yes.
Oh, rock star, you got it.
It was supposed to be AC/DC.
I thought this was Chris's Pictionary.
90s, rock star, like bang your head, AC/DC.
That's a nice holiday picture.
I know, I was thinking Chris's still.
Okay.
Jose Feliciano.
Robert, can you scroll down and see? I can't go back down.
Yeah. Well, the first one to guess Rockstar was Familia Armenta.
Nice. So if you can message us on the Native Wellness Institute Facebook page, message us your address. So you win the socks. And we have one more prize. This one is by Sister Sky. They're the native owned business out of Spokane, Washington. And this is White Willow Body Mist. White Willow Body Mist for...
Rob, are you doing it?
What's that?
Yeah. Are you gonna draw?
I will do a different one. Let's go back to you're on mute.
Ooh, I love this. I hate not being able to guess.
Well, we'll do it this way. I'm going to sing a Christmas carol, and we're going to see who can guess what the Christmas carol is. All right? Okay, so again, I'm singing a Christmas carol, and you're trying to guess which one it is.
So guess in the chat if you know what Rob's singing. Drummer boy, deck the halls. Fa la 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 la.
That's it.
You can so see Robert. La, 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 la. I was like, I knew it. I was like, I was singing with him.
Okay.
We'll try doing Silent Night.
What's
Okay, so scroll back. I think it was Charmaine that won again. What's the name of that song?
Deck the Halls.
the halls?
Oh, Deck the Halls. Oh, I thought
And
it
it
was
looks
called
like
La 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 La.
Z.
Olivia.
Oh,
Holy, there was
Z one.
Deck the
Okay.
halls.
I didn't even know what it was called. Okay, Z.
He got it first. Deck the halls.
Okay, Z, message me your address.
Woo, woo, way to go, Z.
All right, Z.
I thought
Right.
it was called Fa La 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 La.
I didn't even know the name of the song.
Apparently, you're not the only one.
All right, who's gonna go next? Jean, are you gonna go? Come on, Jean.
Want me to do a game?
Or
Yeah.
just do a charades. Act it out. You're
Do
like
charades, act it out. Holy.
Okay, and while you're thinking, this time our gift, so the Chickasaw Nation out of Oklahoma, they have their own chocolate factory. And so the prize that the person will win are 2 of their chocolate bars, a peanut butter one and a raspberry one. They have super good chocolate. So this is the prize this time. And we'll throw in some other chocolates too.
All right. So unmute and let's see if you guys can guess this action that I'm going to be doing. And it's an action that I'm going to be doing. All right, here we go.
So guess in the chat what you think Jean is doing.
I know. It's Lavina driving in Australia.
Santa.
Riding a horse, driving a sleigh. Santa's sleigh.
driving a sleigh.
Driving a sleigh.
Nice. Okay.
Armenta.
Who's the winner?
Familia. Armenta.
Familia.
Was that the first one? I thought it was a different one. The
That was the
first one
first
that
one.
said
Actually, Ruby
Okay.
got it. Didn't Ruby get it? She said Santa's sleigh.
Well, what was driving the sleigh?
oh, it's riding a sleigh ride. It's right. It's like I'm going Prancer, Dancer, Vixen, and Comet and Cupid and Donner, Blitzen.
Well, Familia, we already know is a badass at this game because she already won a prize earlier. So we can go with Ruby, right?
Sheesh.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Well, it's already our hour. We just wanted to come on today and just have fun and share some memories.
Did Jean already sing?
Want me
No.
to sing?
Yeah, your song, your Santa song.
All right, hang on here. Here we go. Here we go.
Good way to end it.
So as we go into this year gathering here in this new year, and got a Santa song here. Let's see if I remember this Santa song. Everybody here, and just it's about having fun here. About having fun. Ho ho ho! There's a funny fat man in a silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. There's a funny fat man in a silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, 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 we ain't gonna let him in. The funny fat man in the silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 ho. Grandma's skinning his steers. Grandpa's cooking up the meat of the funny fat man in the silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, 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 we ain't gonna let him in. The funny fat man in the silly red suit the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, hey, ho, ho, ho. And he's kicking his boots. Uncle's stripping down the sleigh of the funny fat man in the silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, 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 we ain't gonna let him in. The funny fat man in the silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. King, 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 a sound of money coming in from the pawning of the toys from the funny fat man in the silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, 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 we ain't gonna let him in. The funny fat man in the silly red suit stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. In the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 ho. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all. Ho, ho, ho.
Awesome, Jean. That was awesome.
Go, Jean.
Hey, Jean, way to go. Yeehaw.
Nice, nice. So we want to thank everyone for tuning in with us today. Like I said, we just wanted to have fun, lift your spirits. We know that, the holidays aren't always a happy time for people, and especially now in a pandemic. We know that there's been lots of loss, and we just want you to know that we're all praying for you, and we hope that today lifted your spirits. Again, we want to invite you to check out all of the power hours. Today is our 235th power hour, and you can watch them all on our YouTube channel or scroll through our Facebook page. We will have programming tomorrow. Theta New Breast will be on tomorrow, and then next week we'll start it all over again on Monday. So happy holidays, everyone. Stay safe. We are still in a pandemic. Stay home if you can. Wear your mask if you have to go out. Wash your hands. Oh, and here's the birthday boy.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Will.
Happy birthday, Will.
And we have our Bigfoot tree in the back, our Bigfoot decorations. So awesome. Happy holidays, everyone. See you later.